Gentlemen, how are you feeling? How are you doing? What say you? How is the day? You ready for the game tomorrow?
Yeah. 100%.
Oh,
100%. Yeah.
oh, yes, of course. I'm ready for the game tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting one, and we are looking forward to it.
That's great. Ajab, I think I don't think I picked you up fully there.
No, I said
Maybe
I'm
just
100% ready for the game tomorrow.
you sounded a little nervous there. I just wanted to make
No,
sure.
no, 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 no. I actually bought a pair of boots yesterday, so I'm ready for the game.
Oh wow. So Song may actually call on you if he needs help,
You
right?
never know. You
All right.
never know. I could be that 12 man.
That would be amazing. Don't it? That
Yeah.
would be amazing. All right. Let's jump right into it. Cameroon versus Nigeria, 3 p.m. All of us will definitely be glued to our TV screens, trying to figure out for the life of us. I think actually at 2 o'clock, that's when the talking points will really start because we will see the lineup and people will start talking about, I'm not sure about this, I'm very happy about this, all that. Gentlemen, what do you guys think? What's to say of the game tomorrow? Really, should we start with the predicted lineups and then go into some of the talking points, or do you guys just want to go right into it? What are your predictions? Cameroon continuing to the round of eight?
Well, it's not a clear cut because I rank both teams like almost the same. I give Nigeria a little edge. However, it is a game of football, and we never know what happens. It also depends on the 22 actors get on the field. So we've listened to the Nigerian coach Pereira talk about this game. So I expect what he said. He said he's going not to concede, which means he might play with the same lineup that he played for the last two games, or
Okay.
three, I think three at the back, four in the midfield, two behind the main striker. That's Moses and Chukwueze sitting at the bottom of that triangle, and then you have Oshimen on top. That's the way I look at it. Also, we saw last game he rested Iwobi, so I think he was resting Iwobi. He brought Iwobi in the second half and resting Iwobi just to give him some rest time looking onto this game. So I think not much of a change from Nigerian standpoint.
All right, that's great to note. That's great to note. Let me bring in Ajab here. Ajab, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the game tomorrow and what it's shaping up to be like?
Like I've been saying, it's gonna be a clash of two underperforming teams. In the sense that both teams are not where they're supposed to be based on the strength or what they have available. Nigeria was known prior to the competition as an attacking minded team, but yet they've scored three goals, one goal in open play, one penalty, and an own goal against Guinea Bissau. Cameroon has been a team that we've always known them that their strength is the defense. They know how to but they've conceded five goals already in three. They conceded six goals, sorry,
6 goals.
6 goals in three games, two against Gambia, who had not scored any goal before meeting Cameroon, and it's the first time also they're scoring since they've played Cameroon four times. That was the first time they're scoring, and then three against Senegal, one against Guinea. So Cameroon has been conceding more than most people expected. Especially Cameroon, even though they lack that creativity, but they've always been sound defensively. But this time around, it's showing to be the opposite. They've conceded more than they've scored so far. So it's going to be
Okay.
a team that we expected to be very good in defense, not performing as they're supposed to perform defensively versus a team that we thought that was going to be scoring, raining goals, not being able. So we never know. Maybe this could be the game where Cameroon shows that actually they're good defensively, and then Nigeria also shows that they're good offensively. So,
Offensively.
but in terms
All
of
right.
the lineup was set up, I think Cameroon is going to maintain the same starting lineup that they had against Gambia, because we all have rumors of Abubakar being healthy, but I don't think they're going to throw him right away. They have to. I think he's going to come in at some point. I don't think he's going to start right away because the legs are still not that sound to just throw him in a
That's
game like
right.
that. And yeah, so I
So
also see
so
Nigeria. I also see Nigeria playing the same setup they've been playing in the last two games.
two
Three,
games.
like True Lion said, three, four, three. Then the wing backs with two center midfielders playing deep with two people in front. So the difference may be the two people. I think Lookman was also rested for the game against Guinea-Bissau. I think Lookman and Ewobi are going to come in for who started on it was Moses Simon and Chukwueze. I think Chukwueze is going to
Yeah,
be. I think it's going to be Lookman and Moses Simon. Chukwueze and
Okay.
John Aribo and Joe Aribo are going to wait.
Joe Aribo are going to be off the
Iwobi
bench.
and
Okay.
Lookman are probably going to start. That's how I'm looking at it. Yeah.
So there was some media report about Chukwueze saying he's ready for the battle. He's getting ready to come out and showcase what he's really about. And True Lion, you guys are predicting Cameroon to repeat its lineup as well as Nigeria, keeping to the same thing. You don't think the coaches will really go back to the drawing boards and try to figure out something new? Because this is a very
Well,
testy stage, right? In this stage, you cannot afford to make mistakes.
Well, I think Nigeria has rested some of their players. They had time to rest some of their players. Last game, as you guys just say, Lukman and Iwobi, they are key players to how Nigeria wants to play. Because now we have realized that they sit deep and then they hit you on the counter attack. So those are players that can link up play. From midfield to offense. However, this is a problem with Cameroon. We all know they want to use Nkudu. He's played 3 games, 90 minutes. What does he have left in his tank? You know, that's gonna be key right here because if he doesn't have much left in his tank, then it will be difficult for actually Cameroon to change anything. And when you look at the bench of Cameroon now, who can really come in and maintain? Because we have seen the problem of Cameroon being in that midfield and they're not able to combine very well. And that's why if the midfield is lacking, then the defense is lacking because we have also seen midfield giving away the ball and then Guinea scoring. I'm talking about Cayman. So players like that, I don't want players like that start, but Cameroon doesn't have a deep enough bench. So they'll have to count on maybe just 12 to 13 players.
So I want to highlight the fact that Cameroon hasn't won or beaten Nigeria in four of last five encounters they've had. There was a draw in that five I just talked about there. Um, so you don't think Cameroon can leverage this as a an opportunity to avenge their defeats to Nigeria, especially in this same stage, right? In the 2019 AFCON, which was hosted in Cameroon, actually,
Hmm.
or was it hosted in?
No,
Yeah,
no, no. It was
yeah,
20,
they
No,
were.
it was
2019.
It was
2019.
Tunisia. Tunisia ousted Nigeria,
Yeah,
but
last year. Yeah. Okay.
last that was in Cameroon. Wait,
Hmm.
who beat
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cameroon? I
You're
can't
right.
remember.
Tunisia ousted Nigeria last AFCON in
the one you're
Cameroon.
talking. Yeah, the one you're talking about is 2019 in Egypt.
2019.
2019.
Was
Yeah,
that?
when
That's right.
Nigeria
That's
beat
right. In
Tunisia,
Egypt.
yeah, the
In
round of
Egypt.
16.
That
Yeah.
this was the same round. Cameroon met
Yeah,
Cameroon
yeah,
met Nigeria in this same
yeah.
round, right?
Same round,
And
yeah.
last year they were ousted. But
Hmm.
the last one they were ousted. But Cameroon met Nigeria the last time they were ousted in the AFCON in this
Hmm.
same round of 16. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I don't remember where they played the game, but I thought that was Cameroon. I'm not sure.
No, 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 no.
No,
2019 was
no, no.
Egypt. Egypt.
2019 is
Egypt.
Egypt.
It was in
Egypt.
Egypt.
Okay.
Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great. So yeah. So you don't think Cameroon can use this like fall back on some type of avenge mission, of revenge mission, or anything like that?
I'm I'm not a fan of those revenge things because you can still say, don't you think Nigeria is going to use that and build up on their confidence that we beat them? Go if you're ready for that game, you go and win the game. That revenge and I'm not a fan of like history head to head because if you look at the head to head, they've played 25 times or something. Nigeria has won 12, Cameroon has won 5, they've tied 8. But out of the 5 that Cameroon beat Nigeria, 3 of them are AFCON finals. So some Cameroonians use that as okay, each time we've met Nigeria in the finals, we've beaten Nigeria. But Nigeria has met
Right.
up like in the round of 16 or quarterfinals and they beat Cameroon 2004. They ousted Cameroon in the AFCON quarterfinals. 2019, they ousted Cameroon in the round of 16. So if you look at the most recent history, Nigeria has an edge, but I'm not a fan of history. Both teams go prepare for the game and play because
All right.
I don't
Yeah.
see Cameroon. I
Let me
don't see
let me
I
put
Cameroon.
mean,
True Lion on the spot here.
Yeah.
Just a second. I'm
yeah. I
sorry to
mean,
cut
just
you off. Let me put True Lion on the spot here.
Mhm.
Go ahead, make your point, but I want us to talk about the part you talked about. Josh Kevin Kudu being used on the flanks. So go ahead, make your point.
yeah. I mean, to add what to what Ayaba just said, I think there are only about 2, 3 players that were in that 2021 squad. So
That's right.
I don't think it means that much. And football actually changed so fast. Even if you play someone a week ago, many things might have changed during that time. So it's good. Meanwhile, it's good as a point of reference. To gear everybody up, the fans talking, trash talking, and stuff like that. But it doesn't really count, in my opinion.
All right, good points there, gentlemen. Good points. So let me pick on this point about George Kevin Kudu. I hear Abubakar is healthy. You don't think Coach Song may just throw a wrench in Nigeria's plans? If they have plans to counter Kudu, he may just think, okay, first half he goes with a surprise up front three. This time sitting Kudu and letting him come in from the bench so he can run at the defense in the second half.
No, I don't think so because he is actually the one animating your flanks. He's the one. He's a playmaker on the flanks. Unfortunately, that's the only guy we do have. But I would have liked to see the coach maybe use Angisa a little bit much higher. But it now
Okay.
seems as if he doesn't have a reliant holding midfielder or central defensive midfielder that can actually sit protect that back line because they really have to just sit and know where they and read where the danger is coming from. But when you see Cameroon play, they want to interchange. They are like rotating. Sometimes you see that's not good enough.
The
You
middle
need
three,
someone that will
middle three
sit
is doing
and will,
that.
yes, because if someone that can sit and be disciplined and then connect with the guys ahead of him, then maybe Angisa can have those little spells where he can really bring something to the offense. But to your question, I don't think he will be able to sit in Kudu because Kudu is such a vital player in that squad. He has 3 assists so far, so he's very, very vital.
So basically, as the lineup is being set up tomorrow, Kudu's place is unshakable. He's a shoe in for tomorrow's lineup
Yes, sir.
for sure. Okay, Steve Ajab. Sorry, is that necessarily what you think, or
Yeah. I think Cameroon needs Kudu because I think True said he's the most. I know they're gonna say he's the most creative player, even minus the stats. Even minus the stats, I think he's still the one that is being able to make Cameroon look dangerous on the offense side of the game because he's the one, like you see, and some of the reasons that people complain about that him not being effective, maybe out of 10 crosses he only gets 3. True Lion has reiterated on that fact every time Cameroon has a game. If you watched Cameroon playing, if a set piece from a corner kick from the right flank, Kudu is the one. From the left flank, Kudu is the one. A free kick from the right flank, Kudu is the one. They overload him, and each time he's on the left flank, they give him the balls. He tries to cut, so they overload him too as well. And the reason they overloading him is because they know he's the only one who could create or give some of those accurate crosses. So if Cameroon is looking forward to win the game, they don't have a good bench, like True Lion said. So there's no need risking to bench Kudu. If you bench Kudu, who are you going to start on the left flank? That's
maybe
another good
Clinton J,
question.
maybe Toko Ekambi, somebody down
Yeah,
that
Toko
flank?
Ekambi plays based on last lineup. Toko Ekambi played on the right. Kudu played on the left. Clinton J just came back. I don't think they'll want to start him alongside Abubakar. Those are two people which I think Clinton is a little creative, not as pacey as Kudu, but
As
creativity. I think if you ask me, you count. It could be top 3 Cameroon players attacking wise who are creative, who can play with the ball. But he's not as pacey anymore as he used to be. So he will not be the kind of the way Cameroon plays. They need someone who is pacey. He runs and cross. They don't really have that creativity. So when I watched Clinton play against Libya, he played like a number 10 behind the striker, and he did there was some creativity, some fine touches in his game, especially when what's the guy, the injured guy, Bemo. When Bemo came in, you could see that he had some understanding with Bemo. So, but going back to Kudu, I think Kudu has to start. It's a no-brainer for Cameroon at this point.
okay,
The
so
way they play,
what's
Kudu
to
has
make of the point that the coach today had his press conference with Mubanya sitting next to him?
it happens. It's just they pick. They just pick. They just pick. It's not. Last time it was Kudu. The other game it was. I don't think it has anything to do with
It was
like if they're going to
Angisa
start
before
or
that.
something. I don't think that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more like media, right? They're exposing all the players to the media, and it's good promotion for the team. It's good promotion for the player. People want to know them personally, so it's more like of media and interacting with the players.
Is that not a sort of an indicator to the fact that they're trusting him this time around to lead the line up front?
Uh,
No, it's
um,
just press. It's just a matter of press talk. It's just a matter of the press might maybe they have. I'm not sure about this, but sometimes they usually have a pool who the press wants to talk to and all that, and it's off cuff.
Mhm.
It's not the coach that decides, or
So
maybe the coach might decide.
let me
I don't
just
know.
point out one thing. When Arsenal does the press conferences or when they release the pre-match program, whoever is in the front of that program almost always starts.
okay.
Almost
No, but
always
it's not
starts
the same. Yeah, it's not the same with CAF
with the
because
national team.
with
Okay.
the national team because keep in mind that the teams have up to 2 hours. to release
Get
their
ready. Yeah.
lineups to who starts and all that. So it's not. It has nothing to do. It's again. It's more of a social point of view. We want to know all the
Mhm.
players. We want to interact with them, and we want to be able to
All right.
question
Yeah,
them.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
yeah.
I just thought it
You
was
never know.
interesting that Mubanya was the one because we had touched on Mubanya a few days
It
ago.
could
Remember,
happen. It
guys?
could happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Magri hasn't been up to the task for the last two games he played as a forward. So you never know. It could be that joker this time around that some gives Mbanya that
Well,
experience, that
well,
that confidence to start up front. You never know. So
saying that Magri has not been up to the tax, it will a little
It's
bit
subjective. Subjective
deceiving,
at best.
because those players have not actually gotten a lot of service.
They've not
So,
gotten
yeah,
service.
but
um,
that's
yeah.
if you keep saying that the reason they're not showing up is because they're not having the service. It means they will always start. So when are those on the bench? When will those on the
Oh
bench have
no,
a chance to start up? You know what I'm trying to
no,
say?
I'm not saying that they will always start, but I'm not going to say that a center forward has not been effective when he's not getting service,
But
because
he's not
I
getting
keep
service.
saying this, right? Those players are as good as the service that they get. Yes, there was one opportunity where he struck the ball into the crowd, but let's talk about the service. It's always been crosses and all that. And
Okay.
how can center forwards be effective only with crosses? It's
Yeah,
not.
That
It's
makes
it's
sense.
difficult.
That
so
makes
that's
sense.
why
All
it's
right.
good to
Let's
try
pivot.
someone else and see if the problem is that he has not making the proper runs or he's not coming for the ball properly. Maybe that could be a chance to try someone else and see if actually the issue is that he is not getting the right service. That could be another
Service.
option.
Yeah.
Maybe Mumbanya could come
Yeah.
in and you see
But is
another
this the
way.
game to do
You
that
see,
though?
he
Is
could
this the
decide
game
to
to do that?
play as a hold up striker where the wingers
Yeah.
will be the one to get in.
To do
You could
the work
decide to play hold
on
up,
the
like you
front.
saw Olivier Giroud play the World Cup without a single goal,
Mhm.
but he started every game. So because he
Oh
was
no, but
playing the
But
hold
do
up.
you think? Do you think?
France
Okay,
is totally
gentlemen. Do you
different.
think? Hold on. Do you think this is the game to try that though?
No,
Wasn't Gambia the game to do that?
No. It could. That's what I'm saying. It's the qualifying. It's the quarterfinals. Magri has played the first two other games, second and third game as a striker, and we haven't really seen. Yeah, it's true that he's not getting the service, but we haven't really seen the Magri that we're thinking of. So
That we
maybe
know.
trying
That's right.
Mumbai. Yeah, he's
Okay.
not getting the service, but
All right.
trying.
Let's
Maybe
pivot.
this could be the
Let's
chance.
pivot for a second.
If you ask me, I think Cameroon will start the same lineup. But if I see Mubanya
Okay.
as a starter, it won't surprise me. Yeah,
All
let me
right.
put it that way.
Quick pivot there. 64% of folks polled, 6,334 votes. 64% people expect Nigeria to beat Cameroon. 24% expect Cameroon to beat Nigeria, and 12% think it's just going to be a tie and it will end in penalties. So
Where's the
this is
photo?
a
You said
FODMOB. It's a FODMOB survey.
phone mob survey. Okay.
6,334 folks responded to
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah, I
maybe
So
mean,
it's quite interesting, and I so I just wanted you guys to speak to your predictions. Like, you think Nigeria goes through? Do you think Cameroon goes through? I just want us to
well,
get
I
that
mean,
clear.
even without you telling me what the stats said, looking at the group stages and how Nigeria has navigated through into the knockout stages, they
Mhm.
control their games, they control their destiny, the way they play. They have not lost any game. They came out with 7 points, although they finished second, but they came out with 7 points. So, looking the way Cameroon actually played in their group stage, I will normally say that Nigeria, for me, is favorite. However, those who are favorite don't always win the games. There are so
Mhm.
many intangibles, so many unknowns, you know. So for me, the way I look at the game, Cameroon has a chance.
Okay.
And
All right.
in my prediction that I'll give after, you'll see why I think Cameroon
Why
has
you do
actually has a
that?
chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ajab, same thing,
yes.
same line of thought, or
Yeah.
different?
No, I'm a little different, but I want to first of all talk about the voting. Maybe those 6,000 people, maybe 4,000 of them are from them are Nigerians, so maybe they'll always give it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, the other day I mentioned the Cameroonian in me keeps thinking I should say it's going to be Cameroon. But for some reason, the way I've watched both play, even though Nigeria has been lacking up front, I still think that this game, Nigeria may end up beating Cameroon, But it's not something Cameroon, like, I don't see Nigeria being any favorites. Maybe they were favorites before the tournament started, but based on the way they've played so far, If it should be, if the favorites is like maybe a 51-49 or 52-48, that could be the max day in terms of being a favorite for the game. But I still think Nigeria may win that game. But it's like I said, it's not a game where, let's say, like Cameroon Senegal, if like prior to Cameroon Senegal, if Cameroon won that game, it would have been a huge surprise, like a huge surprise to me. But Cameroon beating Nigeria is not going to be a surprise. But if you ask me, I think Nigeria will beat Cameroon 2-1.
All right. So one for Cameroon, one for Nigeria. So let's go. Predicted lineups. What do you guys think? Should we start True Lion? What's your predicted lineup or formation, whatever you want to share? Then we can move on to Ajab before we close out.
Well, I think Cameroon is gonna start. Well, Ondua in goal,
Hmm.
and right back Chateau is gonna start. Then you have Castellato with Wu. Left back Tolo will start,
Okay.
and then No in the midfield. Hmm.
Okay. Neyu.
They will line up. What's his name? What's his name?
Kemen.
Neu with
Neyu. Kemen. No,
no, Kemen
Kemen.
is not
Kemen
gonna
is
start.
not the one.
No, Kemen is
Yeah.
gonna start. I think Cameroon played the same lineup as last game.
So
Gambia.
that's going to be three at the back.
Yes,
Yeah.
three at
Three
the back.
four three.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah,
Three
the
four
same
three.
lineup as last game. Yeah, that's how Cameroon starts.
Mm. Okay, I tend to not like that lineup too much because it's more offensive than defending, and Cameroon hasn't kept a clean sheet for 5 games straight, so I'm not too sure. But that's good. I like that prediction. Okay, so what about you, Ajab?
See, the 3-4-3 lineup, when properly applied, it's a defensive minded lineup. Most defensive minded coaches play three at the back. You can see Thomas Tuchel, you can see Antonio Conte, or even Pep Guardiola. When he wants to play a little
Yeah,
defensive, he goes to three because you're using three center backs. And
that's
then,
true.
Yep.
those in most cases, your wing backs are actually right backs, defenders. So
That makes sense.
so you're defending as five people, you know.
Hmm.
So when properly applied, that is a defensive minded setup.
Set
So
up.
I'm
Okay.
thinking this is how I'm looking at that game tomorrow. Song is going to match Nigeria's game lineup because Nigeria for the last two games have shown that they're going to be playing their three at the back. So Song is going to come to play three at the back and match the lineup. Even though he played three, it's not like it's going to be his first game playing three at the back. He played three at the back last game. It's going to be the
Okay.
same. Castellato to the right of the center backs, Wu as the center man, Tolono. Then you have Darling Yongwa, Chato. Then you have I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna. It probably is going to be the same because he won. He gave Cameroon the victory against Gambia because Cham was shaky. Cham was
Shaky.
really shaky. But I think we're
Okay.
still going to start with Cham and Angisa, and then it can be
Kudu
Kudu
and
and Magri. But
Magri.
mind you, each time it can be placed as a winger, you need a right back or a left wing back who is really um uh, how can alert because he plays more as a striker. If you notice the way he
Yeah.
plays as a winger striker. He's not the kind of winger you're gonna expect him to help cover up
One
the
back.
wingbacks. He's
Yeah.
more of a striker winger, the kind of winger that you will
Okay.
never expect him to go to the line and make a cut. He cuts in diagonally and not straight. He cuts in diagonally. That's how he plays. So, but I think that's how Cameroon is going to play. He didn't have a poor game. He scored and he didn't have a poor game like the first day. So I think he's going to start again. So Cameroon will keep the same lineup. But for Nigeria, it's going to be the same, except I'm thinking Iwobi will replace Joe Aribo and Lukman replace
Lookman
Chukwueze.
will come
Lukman
in
will
for
start with
Chukwueze.
Simon. But hey, you never know. They could throw in the Joker. Senior man
Yeah.
is fit.
Yeah.
Kelechi
Well,
Iheanacho is fit. So
Iheanacho,
they may throw him in for this might be his first game to play. He's a very
Imagine. That's a very
he's
acute
prolific. When
striker.
he plays,
I
he's
like it.
prolific. So you never know. Not as a
Very
striker.
powerful.
You can use him as one of the attackers on the wing. You never know.
Yes.
So just wait and see
Very
what happens.
powerful. Very powerful guy. All right, all right. So the stage is set tomorrow, Felix Ufwedbuani Stadium. Um, what is it? 3 p.m. Eastern kickoff. We will all be there tuned in to watch. I just before I hop off, I want us to also maybe just mention there's another game, of course, that's going to be played tomorrow as part of the round of 16. Angola versus Gambia. Two huge surprises that have found themselves in there. The story of the underdog underdogs, teams like Cape Verde, Gambia, Namibia, sorry, Angola, Equatorial Guinea find themselves in the round of 16. Um, Additionally, there's standout performances from a lot of players from these teams, and these teams are really showcasing African football at its best, I feel. And it's always a good thing that we get some of these underdogs to come in, because now it makes it really impressive, and it shows that the tournament can be won by anyone, right? Of course, anyone, quote unquote. But what are your thoughts in that game? You think
So
Angola gets the best of Namibia tomorrow? The game comes in 3 hours before Cameroon's game.
yeah, Angola. I have Angola as a favorite in that game, but you get into a match that you've topped your group. Now your confidence is high. You're playing a team that came in as third. No one expected Namibia to make it from that group. So is this these are the kind of games where Namibia will maybe go in saying, "I have nothing to lose." If I get off the six out of the round of 16, I still think I've achieved to a certain level. So I'm just going to the pressure now is going to be on Angola to prove
On
that
Angola to
they
perform,
deserved
yeah,
being top of that group. And Namibia is going to say, okay, let me go and have nothing to lose. Maybe show up like they did against Tunisia when they had a really good game, you know. So Angola needs to be the confidence should be they should how can I put it? They should be going for this game, not going like their favorites, but going to play someone who is equal to them. Because the fact that they won that group, expectations are high. Namibia finished as one of the third best teams. They're just going out to say, okay, we'll give those guys a run for the money. Let's go play our game, you know. And
yeah.
then they may be
They
surprised.
might,
Like the AFCON has showed us from day one that surprises are is
yeah.
the password, you know.
All the markings of an enthralling encounter tomorrow for
Yeah.
sure. True Lion, any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the games where anything can actually happen. Although I did pick Angola, but Namibia, as Ayab just said, knows that they have a chance because Angola also is nobody saw Angola making it to this stage, and we saw how Namibia actually overcame Tunisia, right? So it's a team also riding in confident. So they have nothing to lose, and they are going to this with all their might, you know. So anything.
All right. Any parting words then? Any parting words uh,
I think
before we go to the comments, actually?
oh, well, we're going to the comments. Let's just go to the comments. I don't have any parting words.
Okay. All right. Let's go for Julius Cho. Nigeria is favorite, but I'm sure Cameroon is going to win the game. Kemen is way better than all the midfielders. It is rather unfortunate he's not having a good tournament. I think he corrected that. Yeah, Kemen is better. It's unfortunate. Um, in my opinion, even better than Zambo, but for some reason he's not having a good tournament. Agreed.
Hold
Agreed.
on, hold on, hold on. How can Kemen be better than Zambo? Come on now, his touches. Come on, let's let's be honest.
Keme had one 8 on 10 performance against Namibia in Yaoundé or something where he
A long
played well
time
and
back.
equalized. And since then, Camerooners have built up from that particular game that's how Kemen has always been. He's had one
Nobody
good
is
game
willing
for
to give
Cameroon
Kemen a
national team
pass.
against Namibia
But no, I
back
mean, do you
in
think?
Yaoundé when he equalized. We tied 1-1 when he had an excellent game. It was one of his first games. He had
But
an
that goal
excellent
got
game.
us.
Since then, he's not
That
showed
goal
up
got
the
us in
same
a
thing.
place where we could qualify. No.
No, I'm not saying that
Yeah,
I'm saying
exactly.
that
Because we
most
needed that
Camerooners
goal.
have been building up from that game that he had, that good game
No, I mean,
Yeah,
he had
look,
we
against
needed that
Namibia.
goal
what they talk
badly.
about, what they talk
Yeah,
about for football is that when the stage gets bigger, higher, you know,
nervous.
the little players actually shrink. His
Yeah, the nerves
stage fright.
get us.
Stage fright is actually hitting Kemen.
There you go.
He cannot even do the simple things and all that. Then you
Yeah.
don't tell me he's better than
I mean,
Anguissa.
simple
Come on.
passes were tough for him to do in the game against Senegal. I was so pissed off.
No,
Anyways, yeah.
even when he came in
Even
against
against
Namibia,
Guinea.
Against
Even
Gambia.
against Guinea.
sorry, against Gambia, his touches were
Gambia.
still not there. Yeah, his touches. Maybe
All right.
he's still having the hangover from the goal he gave
Previous
against
game.
Guinea. But still,
Yeah,
if you
from the
have to
game.
prove yourself, you should be so I
So
will not
there's a
even I
comment
will
that
not even
Zambo Chu was missing out on
I
passes.
don't think,
So
yeah.
all right. Thank you so much, JS, for your comments. I appreciate that. Always, always. It's always good when one of our real supporters there and fans who is always on the stream. I appreciate you for that. Um, So Ajab, any parting words before we go? I know we've exceeded the 30-minute limit. I really wanted us to have this show just 30 minutes since we're previewing the game. I know tomorrow after the game we'll have so many things to talk about. So come ready tomorrow. But for today, just 30 minutes, get us ready for the game, and then
Yeah.
we'll see how
I
it
think you
goes.
missed the comment.
Oh,
No, he's
whoa, whoa, whoa,
talking.
there's one more.
Yeah, there's one last comment saying Kemen just
Oh,
came back from injury. Yeah, that's always
oh,
his
oh,
key.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
that's
no, no. You also missed a comment with by Tade who says if Cameroon plays in a 3-4-3, it will be suicide because
oh,
Nigeria has a lot of speed up front that
oh,
will
yeah, yeah, yeah.
damage
Fair point.
Cameroon.
Very
But we've
valid
not
point.
seen that speed in the.
Very, very valid point.
Yeah, very good point.
Very valid. That's true. Yeah.
We've not seen that speed though,
But the
have
problem
we?
is, if
Oh, we've
Cameroon
not
Nigeria
seen.
has speed.
no. Simon and
No, but we've
Lugman
not
are
seen it throughout the
Simon and
tournament. That's
Lugman
what I
are
mean. They've had
very
slow build-ups.
no. Simon and Lugman are very pacey. Simon and Lugman
Yeah,
are very
I
pacey.
know they are.
Yeah.
Where we
So
watch when I watched them outside of Nigeria, outside of the AFCON, I was more impressed than what I've seen in the AFCON.
that's yeah.
Yeah, it's because they are playing from deep, too deep.
Mhm. See,
Remember, I just told
that's
you
a good
about
point.
that formation.
The point by Tade saying that is suicide because Nigeria is pacey. Cameroon can decide to play not a 3-4-3, but stick to Chato because Chato is not pacey. We saw how
No, he's not
Minte gave him a
a
tough
run for
times
his money.
against Gambia. Cameroon can decide to play five. They can call it
Five.
3-4-3, but Chato and Yongwa stays deep, and then that may probably give when they stay deep, it might probably give Wo now the chance to play. Maybe I don't know how I can describe it. Like one of the center backs could push forward a little bit when you have those guys playing deep, and then maybe that may give the chance now, like Trola was saying, for example, to push a little bit forward if Cameroon stays back. But he has a valid point. If you have a traditional right back and a traditional left back, but Tolo Nuwo, like I mentioned, when I had my formation, I always when Cameroon is playing a team that is good, it's good at, offensively. Tolo is the guy to use because he knows his defensive. He knows he's not good in the offense, so he doesn't even bother going forward for those set cutbacks and all that. He stays back and he's very good one on one. You can see he did it against Salah. He did it against Tony. Even against Ismaila Sarr. Ismaila Sarr didn't disturb him that
Yeah,
much. So
that's
yeah.
the
So
MLS
on the
way.
left flank, I don't have a problem. The problem I have with Cameroon is on the right flank,
The right
defending from the
side.
right flank. The left flank is a little bit secured.
Okay.
And
All
then
right, gentlemen.
my very last thing I want to say is that even though football is one team win, I really want to watch a Cameroon Nigeria game where you're gonna at the end of the game you're gonna want to watch the game again after. You want to enjoy football, not
No,
just go.
that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but I know it's not gonna happen. Yeah, I know it's not gonna happen.
You can always wish for more. You can always wish for more.
Yeah,
And tomorrow we will get to see it on display. Hopefully, the teams come out ready to perform and impress us because so far they have not done a very good job at it. And for as much excitement as we've had throughout the tournament, the underdogs still keep football conversations like these very enthusiastic because there's always that unexpected twist or standout performance that will ultimately shape the narrative of the game and eventually the tournament, right? So, guys, thank you so much for joining. Really, really appreciate you guys as always. I really don't know what else to say, but hey, good luck, Cameroon. Let's see how it happens. I really hope Cameroon can put some of these Nigerian noisemakers to like
to sleep.
to mute. Cameroon can mute them, and we can have a fun evening tomorrow. If not, there will be a lot of tears to go around. But thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your evening and enjoy the weekend. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye
Thank you.
everyone.